research is mainly focused on the urothelium cancer. Last year, he has a chance to visit the Hirosaki University, so make some collaboration between Taiwan and Japan. Today, his talk is about the difference of UTUC in Taiwan and in Japan. So let's welcome Dr. Luo.
Thank you, Dr. Wang. Thanks for Dr. Wang's introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dr. Hao-Lun from the Kaohsiung Chang Medical Center. And today, the topic I presented is the UTUC research in Kaohsiung Chang. Today, my presentation will divide it into three parts. The first part is the epidemiology of Taiwan UTUC. The second part is the clinical UTUC collaboration with the Hirosaki Center. The third part is the whole genome sequencing collaboration with the Hirosaki Center. There's unusual high incidence of UTUC in Taiwan. For example, our Kaohsiung Chang Medical Center, a single center, 12 years, there are 1,000 patients underwent nephroureterectomy, and those patients are female predominant. For the European UTUC collaboration, 19 centers, 23 years, there are 3,000 patients underwent nephroureterectomy, and those patients are male predominant. The Taiwan UTUC is very high incidence, and especially in southern Taiwan. Kaohsiung Chang has the #1 patient numbers, UTUC patient numbers, and there must be something wrong, some carcinogen we don't know, and some worth further research. This is the report from Beijing. The Beijing and the Taiwan, we have similar finding of UTUC. We are also female predominant UTUC. And this report revealed that the female UTUC is less advanced than male UTUC. This is the database from Kaohsiung Chang. We also find that the female UTUC show more superficial disease than male UTUC. So, to further understand the Taiwan UTUC, we initiated an international clinical collaboration study with Japan. This is the Hirosaki city. It is located at the Aomori, Japan. It is famous by the Nebuda Festival and the cherry blossom. This is the Hirosaki University Hospital. And here I want to say thanks to the Professor Chikara Oyama and Dr. Shingo Hatakiyama and Toru Yoneyama. They are our good partner. And I and the Dr. Hatakiyama, we both like to explore the secret from cancer specimen. This is not cancer specimen. This is Japanese fried noodles. It's very delicious. I really like it. So this study, we include the UTUC and the patients underwent nephroureterectomy. And we exclude the perioperative chemotherapy in order to observe the natural UTUC course. This is our first step. This is the patient characteristic. You can see the p-value are all significant different. The Taiwan UTUC is younger and the female predominant, as we know. And the Taiwan UTUC has more multifocal disease, more bladder cancer history, and more concurrent renal pelvis and urethral cancer. Since the UTUC in Taiwan are at the high risk of multifocal disease, so in our clinical practice, we often perform the more intensive follow-up protocol or more disease prevention strategy, such as intraoperative or postoperative intravesical chemotherapy to prevent the intravesical recurrence. Regarding to the pathological feature, there is less lymphovascular invasion for Taiwan UTUC and more squamous differentiation for Taiwan UTUC. It may be due to the aristolochic acid prevalent area. I will talk about it later. Regarding to the stage-specific oncological outcome, there is no stage specific outcome difference between Taiwan and Japan. When you can see that for organ-confined disease, the outcome is good, but for locally advanced disease, surgery alone is not enough and carries the poor outcome. So since surgery alone is not enough, so how about add on the systemic therapy? I learned about very many neoadjuvant strategy at the Hirosaki. So the neoadjuvant chemotherapy is an established evidence for the bladder cancer to improve the oncological outcome. However, for UTUC in Taiwan, we have more CKD patients, and those patients are cisplatin ineligible. This is the paper from European Urology. The prevalence of renal insufficiency is high for UTUC, and this condition worsening after the radical surgery. So the renal insufficiency will cause cisplatin ineligibility and increase the mortality. So in the period of chemotherapy, the patient of metastatic UTUC with renal insufficiency, it is a really clinical challenge for us. And from the nationwide population-based cohort study, we can find the unusual association between CKD and UTUC, and we think it might have some similar etiologies. And the herbal medicine contained the aristologic acid are previously reported as the major cause of UTUC in Taiwan. This is the CKD distribution. Taiwan, many CKD, and there is significantly less CKD patients in Japan. So the immunotherapy developed for the cisplatin ineligible patients with acceptable and durable outcome. It might be the key resolution for Taiwan UTUC. And from the literature's review, the AA-related UTUC has more mutational burden, and the response of immunotherapy for such subgroup we have never known. But Professor Chang has many experience about this. He will tell you tomorrow. So since the genomic mutation is very important for UTUC research, another study is the whole genome sequencing collaboration study between Taiwan and Japan. There are many etiologies to cause the tumor somatic mutation, and we often can identify the etiology by mutational signatures. The AA-specific mutational signature is A to T change of gene. So this study will include Kaohsiung, Taipei, and Japan. We can find AA-related mutational signature in Taiwan specimen, but no one in Japan specimen. This is the proposed etiology of mutational signature between Taiwan and Japan. The AA-related change is the characteristic of Taiwan UTUC. The Japan UTUC, there are BRCA mutation or liver cancer-related mutation. This is the mutations percentage between Taiwan and Japan. You can see the green part. The green part is the AA-related mutation, and it is common in Taiwan specimen, but no one in Japan UTUC. This is the mutational burden of Taiwan and Japan. We can see the mutational burden is higher, much higher in Taiwan, and the Japan UTUC, the mutation burden is very low, and the most high mutational burden is associated with AA-related UTUC. And the common affected gene is the KDM6A. According to the reviewed literature, the AA-related mutation often occurred at the KDM6A gene. It is a chromatin remodeling gene. Maybe the targeted therapy can be developed for Taiwan specific area. So the whole genome sequencing is ongoing is ongoing. Maybe this July we can complete all the specimens and give you a further research result. So the preliminary study gives us a hint, and I'll give you a summary. The UTUC of Taiwan is very high incidence and the female predominance. From the clinical comparison between Taiwan and Japan, the Taiwan UTUC is younger and the female predominance, more multifocal disease, more CKD patients, and the pathology characteristics totally different. If we perform the surgery alone, the organ confined disease carries the good outcome. But for locally advanced disease, it is not enough. So if we want to add on systemic therapy, it is very difficult in Taiwan because most patients are cisplatin ineligible, and the immunotherapy might be the key resolution. From the whole genome sequencing comparison between Taiwan and Japan, we can find that the AA-related mutation is common in Taiwan, and those patients are high mutational burden. And for Japan UTUC, the mutational burden is relatively low. There are many centers participating in the genomic bank in Taiwan, and we welcome any international collaboration with other Asian countries. Finally, the special thanks to Professor Chang. Thanks for his fully support for my study to explore any research target, and he also teach me many knowledge about immunotherapy for UTUC. So this is my presentation. Thank you.
Thanks, Dr. Luo. I forgot to introduce Dr. Luo is also the Secretary General of TUOA. So we thank his effort to organize this 2 days meeting. Right now it's open for discussion.